Hey, Anthony. How are you? I just finally had to stop for the day and take in these geese. Just the little things in life, right? So I've been driving around all week seeing all these geese, all these babies. What do you call those? Goslings? Nuisances? Those Canadian geese are such a pain in the ass. But those babies are so cute. And these ones over here are so big. Look, 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 look. I've been seeing them all over in the parks this week, and I just never have stopped and taken the time to just check them out. Good evening. Hey, Gramsbeth, how are you? Bohika, how are you? So I'm in District 4 right now, over in the warehouse area, where they did the 10-day consistent sweep. And I'm just kind of checking things out. The cops are crawling over here. So I thought it would be a good time to talk about how your day was, because you want to hear how my day was, don't you? Hi, Byron. Hi, David. David Hughes. Yeah, I'm doing good. I've been better, but you know what? We can only control what we can control. So we can certainly control taking in how cute these little geese are. And yeah, I'm going to flip a U-turn because I want to see if I can get a little bit closer to them. And I don't want to sit in front of this business because they'll probably come out and freak on me. So there's a cop down there. I don't know if you can see him. I'm not quite sure what's going on down there. Kind of looks like a traffic stop, but yeah, I don't know. But then there was another cop just around the corner, sitting behind someone's camper. I pulled up and watched him for a little while, and then he took off. So I just thought I would start this stream because it's actually been one hell of a day. Because over here in District 4, if you'll all recall, we had a little live stream interaction yesterday in this very spot with Officer McGregor getting mad at the guys for, existing right here. And Gina was kind of letting him have it. And then we drove through the warehouses and talked about, why he wasn't going to cite the semis in the no parking zones. And then today, Officer McGregor, with the help of other city officials and officers, went and stole someone's camper. So yeah, it's not been a good day. Look at them. I actually think they're like in the ugly duckling stage. They're really not that cute, are they? They look like damn ostriches. Huh. So there's 5 over here. Right here, these 5, and then there's 2 up there with that set of moms, I guess. They are a nuisance, aren't they? I saw cuter ones at a different park. They'd probably be good eating right now. What do you think about discharging a firearm in the city? I could take them out with a BB gun. One for yes, 2 for no, please. Should Regan discharge a firearm right here in District 4? I see that cop going to somebody's car over there. There must have been a fender bender. There were all kinds of people walking around over there. Oh well, he's over there by himself, that cop. 1 for yes, 2 for no. So far, It's a 2. Lucinator would like to go with the number 69. Thanks, Lucinator. Train them to attack the cops. Look, they're coming over here. Holy shit, they're already that friendly because people are, look at, they're coming right up to me. Oh, hey guys. Come here, let me snap your neck. Come here. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. I wonder what that mom would do if I grabbed one. What do you think? This is a busy bunch. Yeah, he's coming right over. We'll pop a squat. Gotta take a break. I'm not gonna stop eating, but our legs are a little tired. Don't get too close, Mom will hurt you. You always vote to cause a ruckus or transparency. I only have 1-1. I've got 2 2s and 1 69. 1 for should Regan discharge a firearm right here, right now. Or 2, probably not. So far the 2s are winning. Or should Regan hold the phone and chase this little animal until she catches it and then drop her phone and not get caught capturing wildlife? What should we do right now, everybody? Because these guys are look at their feet. Holy hell, look at those big ass feet. You guys really aren't as cute as I first thought you were. There were cuter ones at a different park. A little smaller. Oh, they don't even give a shit, do they? They're just going to come up on me. Those feet are huge and thick. We still got the 2s winning. Should Regan discharge a firearm and help control the goose population? Please spay and neuter your pets. That's all I was going to do. I was just going to neuter a couple of them. That one's got kind of a cute little face, huh? Look at that one. Lucinator. I know, they kind of do look like chickens, huh? Thomas, you're in love with me. Well, I really appreciate that. That feels nice. Thank you. So let's see how they react if I walk up on them. So is it like 2 moms or just... Boy, that one's head, that adult one, its head is all chunked up on top. That one's been attacked on top of its head. Probably defending its young. That's probably Mom. That's Dad over there. He's just standing there looking all gorgeous while she's all jacked up. Her head is all beat up. Did you get in a fight? Did you get in a fight with the cops today? They don't really seem to care me coming on up here. So that cop is still down there. So back to this story today. It really was not a good day for some people. However, I did save the day, I hope, at least for one individual. So, as you know, I often will get contacted by family members looking for their loved ones, right, out here on the streets. And I was having a conversation with a woman this past week, on and off, who was concerned about her sister. Well, she's out of state. and her sister's here. So, long story short, this morning I went and saved her sister from potentially going to jail, killing herself, or killing someone else because she was driving drunk. And she's got a lot of issues. Oh, now they're hissing. Oh, check these two. Oh, this one's pissed. You gonna let me have it? Hiss. Hiss. Just one step closer. Oh, you ain't backing down, are you? You're not backing down at all. Okay, I'm gonna take one step closer. Won't that be funny when this goose gets... Oh, look. She's like, get your ass up. Stranger danger. You gotta go. We gotta go. God, they're even calmer than the cops, though. Cops freak out over a camera. They're not doing too bad. Can I come a little bit closer? Just a little bit? Please? Please? Just a little bit? No? So we're over here by the Platte, you know. Okay, I'll leave you alone. I heard you. I'll heed your warning. This water is really flowing. I mean, really flowing. This has just picked up. Well, we've had quite a bit of rain. So it's flowing really good. There's a lot of water in here right now. Oh, and it smells, yeah, ripe. It's the Platte River. So anyway, I went and rescued that woman this morning, and she's in a safe place right now. No access to her vehicle, so that's good. But what a sad story, truly. Just a very successful life, and just a few things went wrong, just in perfect order, and this very successful woman became homeless. We talk about these stories all the time and how easy it happens and how people won't admit to how close they are to homelessness. And yeah, I actually see these things happen out here on a daily basis and hear the stories. And I'm actually like in the middle of the stories. So I hope the family that is going to leave at 4 a.m. to come get their loved one has a very safe journey to Colorado, out of state. I'm not going to name any places or names. It's just, this woman is very lucky that she has family that cares. And I guess we are all very lucky that I'm as public as I am about things, to the extent that it helps. And I helped in a lot of ways today, in more ways than one, on this situation. And I know it. And I don't need to gloat about it, but I do need to talk about it because it needs to be replicated. Because if people were doing more of these things in this world, homelessness wouldn't be an issue. It just wouldn't. So, while I was doing that, Officer McGregor was over here in District 4 taking a man's camper by the name of Michael. And I've worked with Michael before when they tried to take his camper at the last sweep. Well, they took it. And it gets really special because he was pretty upset about it. And he asked the cops to call me. And instead ended up in handcuffs. And made to sit and watch while they took his home. And towed it. And didn't allow him one single possession out of his camper. Why him? Why did they target him? This one's getting all fluffed up, getting all worked up. That's a good, there you go. Keep it up. Keep it up. Look at it. I just want to hang out with you. Just want to record your actions. We're all in public here. Don't get all bent out of shape. Watch. Somebody's going to drive by. Probably call the cops on me for harassing wildlife. Probably get some frickin' animal activist person over here wanting to kick my ass next. They are funny creatures. Yeah, so I have to balance all of this horrific stuff that's happening and try to reconcile in my mind how I can never be in the right place at the right time. That's impossible. I don't hold that against myself. I'm one person. But I can't stop the horror. I can't stop the evil. And the sad thing about this guy is that I believe he was trying. And you can only take so much. And he obviously didn't threaten violence. I talked to his mom. His mom was there as well. She is homeless as well. Remember, we've talked about whole families being homeless? Yeah, it's real. So she was there when it took place, and she was trying to. And as soon as they were done raping him, apparently they took the handcuffs off and said, "See you later." Didn't let him get one single possession. You're letting me have it, huh? Good. This one wasn't hissing at me earlier. This was the one, ooh, look at that, see that one's head? It's really tore up on the back. Police brutality exposed. Oh my goodness, don't be saying stuff like that. This one is trying to figure out how to eat that piece of bread. Oh, let's drink this water instead of going down and getting maybe a little bit fresher water at the river. Now this is shitty parenting right here on display. Really? Monkey see, monkey do? Who's going to be the smart one and go for the fresh water? That's it. This meal's ruined. Nasty. Let's go get back in the car. So. Oh yeah? 357? What were you going to say? Say it anyway. Sorry about the bad news. Hey, you know, we got to mix it up. We got to be able to find some humor in the sadness and the devastation. It's okay. You can say it. So, yeah, today's recap is that while I was helping a family get connected with their loved one, District 4, specifically Officer McGregor, who we saw yesterday, was over stealing somebody's camper. They got a warrant back on May 25th. And apparently, the fire department decided, well, it was probably the cops. Who knows? They went to go serve the warrant to him on the 25th and decided that he could stay. But then they showed up today and took it. Didn't even give him a chance to get anything out of it. So then after that, I went to check on a few other people. By the way, Jason, he's still in jail. They did come get his stuff. I didn't watch it, but it's gone. It was all gone together at once. So hopefully that got put on body cam, but who knows. And EHS didn't steal the most valuable pieces out of there. But after I was dealing with that, I go to check on a couple other people and learn that Walter, remember Walter, right here in this spot, not too long ago, got a $300 ticket from Beaton, the master park ranger. $300 for nothing that would have applied to anything. Failure to ID, even though Walter parks, I can't even go there. So anyway, I find out Walter's been stabbed because some punk ass kids decided to try to either steal his car or aggravate him. I'm not quite sure what that was all about, but some little, what I would describe as banger, got in his car and tried to start it and didn't realize that Walter was in the back seat of his car, sleeping. And Walter called 911 and was on hold for over 2 minutes. So his phone started to die. Well, he didn't have that much charge in his phone. So he ended up hanging up after he had been on hold. And they called him back. Not sure why they never showed up, but they didn't. But that was the first time the kid had tried to steal the car or agitate him or whatever, and Walter ran him off. Well, guess what? He came back with a friend. They punched Walter in the face and punched him in the leg. And took off. I said, Walter, did you report that? Why? Why would I report that? They're not going to do anything about it. In the meantime, they're over here, more concerned about who's got a license plate and who doesn't. So that was upsetting to learn that about Walter. He had to move, so I hope he thinks he's in a safe space, but nobody's safe out here, really. So I gotta sneeze. It's cottonwood tree time. You see the cotton flying around? So, yeah. So it's not been that great of a day. And in the process of helping that woman, of course, she's got no money or anything, so I've got to try to make sure she's got food. So I still have to go do that. And something else happened, and I forgot what it was, but it wasn't good. My point is, my day was not so great, so I thought I would stop and talk about the geese. Because they were kind of cute, and they ended up being really not that cute. What do you think? Think they were cute? Police brutality exposed. You know what? That's a really good observation. If the cops can hire a gang to control the crowds in Uvalde, they'll use criminals to control the homeless. Yeah. Make the public fight itself so the cops can be safe. Yeah. Yep. You saw it at that sweep. They took a camper over there. Those guys ended up calling me. I tried to call them back, but I haven't heard back. And, yeah, so it's pretty depressing out here. lot of sick people afraid to go get medical treatment because they're going to lose all their stuff. I had to keep an eye on one lady's belongings the other day. I promised her that the government would not come. So these punk ass motorcycle freaks can come over here. Cops are they're never here when that kind of shit's going on. When they're causing, literally, I mean, they do so many dangerous things over here. So, yeah, Anthony, old school government tactics. Same shit, different day. So, yeah, I had to promise this woman that I would ensure her that her things would not disappear. That no, they're not going to come tow your vehicle, because I'm going to lay down in front of it and make sure that doesn't happen until you can come back and move it. And she did. She went to the doctor, so that was good. But it's sad times out here. So, and let me tell you about, what happened to the noise. Yeah, the noise ordinances. Well, where are the cops for that? Yep, police are there when the homeless are trying to rest. They're not going to come help these people when they call. They never did show up over there with Walter after being on hold with 911 for over 2 minutes. Walter told them what happened when they called back, and apparently they decided it wasn't worth responding to. We're used to that out here. We know how that goes. And, people wonder how vigilante justice, really becomes a thing. I fully believe in it. If you can get away with it, do it. If it's right, just, and moral, do it. I'm sorry. But we are really at that point. And, that the other day when that little tree humper frickin' ballless wonder boy, Dave, over at Dave's Super Trees at the sweep the other day, confronted me like that the second I got out of my car, I sized him up right away to figure out what I was going to have to do or not. Because self-defense in the city and county of Denver, that's a 50-50 deal, man. You better make sure, if you're going to use anything to defend yourself, you better make sure truly that you needed to do that. And I do think it does help to have, self-defense training. So when that little weasel Dave was figured he was gonna just back up on into me, make some physical contact with me, I just had to let it go, even though it's fucking disgusting. I had my taser very, very handy, and he's really lucky he didn't get it right in the eyeballs, because it would have been very, very simple and very, very quick, and he would have never seen it coming. But who would have gone to jail over that deal? We all know the answer, especially if you finish watching that stream and you see Regan almost turned into a freshly flipped pancake by a tow truck. That would have been me. 420, hey, how are you? No, I haven't. Police brutality, I have not seen the business reviews after the encounter. I'm gonna have to go take a look at that. Hey, y'all remember Murphy's Beds? I've heard some not good things are happening over there at Murphy's Beds. I can't confirm or deny, but I am hearing things. And that was that asshole at Murphy's Beds that came out that morning. Guy, he's a business owner. And this guy literally has District 3 on speed dial. I don't know if he's got every goddamn city council member in his pocket or what's going on. But those cops come over there with a vengeance. And they're nasty. Even the ones that didn't used to be nasty, they're super nasty. Gee, big surprise there. I got to turn really super nasty. Because it's a homeless person. And Murphy's Beds needs this road for absolutely nothing. But he doesn't like what he sees, so we'll make sure we harass the shit out of the homeless. But anyway, during that sweep that I was streaming, that owner came out, and I was standing on Starbucks property because I've always had a decent relationship with that Starbucks. And I wasn't in the way, and I was filming. And if you'll recall, Erin was there with me. She's another woman who lives homeless, which, by the way, I haven't seen her since that day. She was really lightening the cops about how she felt about things, and I wanted to make sure I was there to protect her to do that. And yeah, I of course had a few things to say, but I wanted to make sure she was okay. And her bike was sitting by the actual speaker of the drive-through. And so apparently Murphy Bed owner decided that he needed to let Starbucks know how they needed to run their business. And he came over and banged on their door and told them that they needed to do something about me and that stuff over there. Well, they ended up doing nothing except bringing Erin a nice cup of coffee and some water and having a brief conversation with us, the manager there that day, about, I understand things are hard. We're not trying to make it worse. Me and the manager, that same guy, we worked a little deal out that we just pick up her bike and her stuff that was by the microphone thing for the drive-thru, and we would just move it 10 feet into the bush. Boom. Done. Yeah, Murphy Bed owner guy, that wasn't enough for him. He kept going on, and then he started to confront Erin, the homeless woman, and so he eventually gave up after my husband showed up, because I had to call for help because the guy wasn't going to go away. And the fucking cops aren't gonna fucking help. So, made sure that was all taken care of. So yeah, Murphy Bed guys having kind of a rough time over there. If anybody has time to go give Murphy's Beds off of Santa Fe in Denver, a thumbs down for being for harassing people. I mean, the crime of harassing people. He has a nightmare gut too. Oh yeah. You did, Aurora, on Murphy Bed? Yeah, good. No need for a weapon other than knowledge. Train. Yeah, I disagree with that. Police brutality. I completely disagree with that. In some cases. But even those some cases, you are entitled to defend yourself. So, a woman does not train to really overpower a man that she cannot. There are physiological differences, and that is fact. So, do I believe women should carry weapons? I absolutely 100% do believe that at all times. Thank you, model citizen. That's good to hear that. There is nothing wrong with responsible gun ownership. Absolutely nothing. And to have to ask the government for permission is completely unconstitutional. Yeah, if you're in good enough shape, that's not even always the case either. So, and when that man has a weapon himself, you should be trained in how to use your weapon. So, at any rate, it continues to be a brutal nightmare out here. Pretty much, people that were helping have given up. As far as the regular activists that have been out here over the years. because the city has made it, they've made it that way. And the intended goal is to stop anybody that's trying to highlight what they're doing. So, thank you, Anthony. Thank you very, very much. I would agree with that. Bohica, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. Asking the government permission to own a gun is infringed. But you have to be a law-abiding citizen. You have to obtain your guns legally. We can't have guns out here unless you do it legally, and we need to make it harder. We need to make it harder for people that want to follow the law, because we know that if we do that, the criminals who want to commit harm will follow the same laws. Yeah, not. So that cop is gone. I don't see any more cops over here. I don't know what's going to happen this weekend, but McGregor, shame on you. That guy asked you to call me for help, and you didn't want to be on camera showing everybody you were doing your job right with the fire department, huh? Interesting. And the kid has nothing. You wouldn't let him have one thing out of his camper? Nothing? Camper's gone. Kid has no ID. He can't find the title. Doesn't have one. I don't know. Was his home for a long, long time. Papers, please. I'm here from the government, and I need to see your papers. You have no papers? Oh, guess what? You have no things. What's next? Oh, you have no papers? Oh, you can die. Oh, and by the way, Governor Polis, I told you about his plan. Hey, No. I want to just pull this up again, because apparently this plan of his involves taking the homeless about an hour and a half east of Denver, east of the metro area. The state will launch 2 homeless facilities to address unbelievable epidemic. Oh, so now we're recognizing that we have a homeless problem? No, we have a very serious public health crisis in homelessness and addiction. Very, very serious. So the article starts, on the final day of legislative season, several bills addressing homelessness successfully crossed the finish line, including House Bill 22-1378. That's in Colorado. This regional navigation campus can play a big role in getting people off the streets, helping them restore their dignity, get jobs, support themselves, and being able to be a part of the Colorado that we love. You know what, Polis? We don't love Colorado. You ruined it. The bill's proponents are confident that the campus, which will receive $50 million in federal relief money, will help those experiencing homelessness get back on their feet. Blah, 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 blah. The location of the campus has not been decided yet, but choosing that spot could be the hardest part, as any location will be met with either a supportive community or a disgruntled one. NIMBYism. I love this article. NIMBYism. You know what that stands for? Does anybody have a guess on that? NIMBYism? Not in my backyard is really a big deal. And having that sense of not in my backyard is something that I think we all need to combat, said so-and-so, who doesn't matter because all they're going to do is pocket the money anyway. Our unhoused neighbors and our homeless issue is something that we are, in fact, all facing. Well, that's No fact. I mean, that's no shit, Sherlock. And so again, being strategic about where we are actually placing this will be important to the success of the overall program. It's a similar conversation happening 30 miles southeast of downtown with Tuesday's passing of Senate Bill 211, the Ridgeview campus, which once served as a residential treatment facility for troubled teens before shutting down last year, will be repurposed. Now the facility will serve as a place homeless individuals can receive help for addiction, according to Colorado Coalition for the Homeless spokeswoman Kathy Alderman. So that's going to be physical health care, behavioral health care, again, substance abuse treatment, and individuals would be able to work on a long-term housing plan as well as anything else that's going on. According to the bill, those who have been experiencing homelessness for a longer period of time will be prioritized. Mental Health Colorado finds that part of the bill counterproductive. In a statement to Denver 7, Mental Health Colorado CEO, are we talking MHCD? Because they suck. They are absolutely, they should just shut the fuck up and not ever show their faces because they suck. This didn't make sense to us, as in many cases it may make more sense to house someone who is more recently unhoused and more readily restorable. That's the Mental Health Center of Denver for you. Well, I better not say that because this says Mental Health Colorado. You see what I'm saying? There are so many freaking hands in the pot, and everybody's making money off of this. That's all this is about. You're going to have all these subsidized nonprofits start fighting over money, because that's all this is about. It's not about people. It's about the money. So blah, blah, blah. This is one of the largest investments the state of Colorado has ever made in homelessness resolution, Alderman said. Amid the growing homeless crisis, those waiting legislation hope the new laws will impact a population that could use help. Really? So this is the biggest initiative the state has ever taken. Denver has, very effectively wasted more than $50 million. So, yeah, we'll see. We're always willing to be steamrolled out here. Make things difficult for us. Oh, and then this article goes on to talk about how nonprofits will have to be a part of this to be successful, because they got to make sure that they're implementing this correctly. Why don't you talk to the people out here on the street that are working directly with the homeless? Because the other nonprofits are already collecting so much goddamn money from you, City and County of Denver, that all they care about is how much more they're going to get from this piece of the pie. What flavor is this pie? Is it cherry or apple? Well, at any rate, this nonprofit needs your donations, because this nonprofit is about to not have any more street outreach, period, because we are now in critical mass. Because people are not donating. I have had a lot of regular monthly big donors, and I've heard from a couple of them. A couple of them have not responded to me, but the economy is not making it conducive to continue to support my efforts when, one, people with any financial scruples to themselves have to understand where their money needs to go in a time like this. Two, to watch me come out here and accomplish nothing. Literally. One of my regular donors said to me, Regan, you've said it yourself. You can't stop it. So you go out there and you chase your tail for what reason? Sure, people need what they need to survive. Yes. And I can help you at a percentage to do that, but I can no longer continue to justify putting the money into your nonprofit when, of course, you are outnumbered by the government. And I don't think one of my donors has not said to me, Regan, we really don't want you to go to jail. So I'm really in a position where things are kind of bad. And they're gonna probably get worse. So if you have the spare money to donate to the cause, all of the ways to donate are in the About section of the channel. Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and by mail. Police brutality, just because you can't help everyone doesn't mean you haven't done good things and helped a lot of people and made a difference in people's lives. I agree. I absolutely agree. And if I ever got a call from a family member that said, hey, like what happened today, I would do that because that's my time and my gas. And I, of course, would do that. But that's not just the simplicity of getting involved in situations like that. You know, now the woman doesn't have any food. Okay, so it's a snowball effect. So I have to make sure that I can wholeheartedly say yes to the things I can say yes to and figure out how to say no to things that I know are not going to end well if I don't get involved. Okay, I don't have a choice. So plus there's a lot of other ways that I can benefit the homeless community behind the scenes. I mean, there are plenty of records to be requested, but unfortunately, to be able to really hammer down on what they're doing with the warrants, stealing people's homes and stuff, I need body cam footage. Well, we already know the obstacles to get body cam footage. Number one, the fucking cops turning their body cams on. Number two, to pay for the information and then have it come back and say, oh, we don't have anything for you. We're not going to tell you the cops didn't turn their body cam on, but that's what happened. But we'll go ahead and take $15 of that $25 you just paid. I could literally request body cam footage on at least a daily basis out here. And at $25 a pop to pick that apart, that adds up super quick. We should not have to pay for body cam footage. So I guess, you know, those people that wanted me to go redress government, I guess I need to go start some legislation, get a bill going that eliminates having to pay for body cam footage. I could do that. I mean, there's always a lot of things people can do to uphold their civic duty and responsibility to holding government accountable at every level. But I'm just saying, the nonprofit activities, they're really going to start tempering down because the money just isn't there. You can't pay bills with your credit card here in California anymore or get money orders. New policy. Learned this yesterday. Well, I don't want you paying your bills with your credit card because that's a recipe for disaster. I understand when you don't have a choice. I get it. That's not good. Yep, we're already paying for the cameras. We're already paying for the salaries. We're already paying for them to have to follow policy that they aren't held accountable to follow. Yeah, or you pay for the, you're right, Lenny, how you doing? You pay for the body cam footage and it comes back redacted. So far, the body cam footage that Denver's given me on these instances that I've asked for, there haven't been any redaction, but I haven't asked for a lot of body cam footage. Because it's a hefty cost. It's a very hefty cost. And I probably should start digging into the law about nonprofits being able to obtain waivers on government fees for collecting records. So I need to concentrate on that too for a little while and figure out if that's going to apply to my nonprofit, because it's strictly for the nonprofit work. awareness is key. We have to understand these operations, and the public has a right to know. And when people have been victimized and literally raped, we should see that on body cam as a nonprofit, so we can figure out how and if we can help those individuals. So yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that. So there's still a lot of things I can do, but with the rising costs of gas alone and just water has gone up. To be able to get water out here on the streets, it's rough. So you were trying to raise your credit score after paying off your credit card? Okay, I'll give you that. That's good. What's up? Very cute. Hey, Liberty Blair, how are you? Thanks for being in here. Dandy Dan, yeah. It should be available online because they download the footage to their computer. Yeah, they have storage for that. But, you know, it all has to be reviewed because we can't be releasing, you know, sensitive information. Well, that's not hard to do. That job should fall on the cop. That particular footage that he knows is showing a horrific crime scene that still has to be investigated. Any minors, any horrible things like that. That body cam footage is immediately tagged for review. As soon as it's reviewed and redacted, it goes up and available to the public. That's how I think it should work. We still have to be sensitive to not exposing victims and things like that, right? So, but there is a way to do that. And the government's going to double down to make sure they don't have to do that. Yeah, we can't be releasing the truth. I need a team behind me. A lawyer, a bodyguard. Yep, 100%. It's not realistic, but you can't do everything by yourself. You have more balls than most men I know. But more balls are better. Yeah, thank you. You're right. 100%. And it's going to be a matter of time before I'm hurt again out here. With the way things are going, it's going to be, it's when, not if. So, you know, the city's going to let employees get away with threatening people with shovels. They're going to let them get away with EHS knocking fences down on advocates. They're going to let them get away with their cops being aggressive. You saw Lombardi at that other sweep. That dude's fucking so unpredictable. He's yay tall, and, you know, he's just got a lot of, shouldn't be a fucking cop, period. And he and Groves out there at those sweeps, it's bad news. And you saw me when I was standing in front of Groves' car, flipping him off. You saw the other cop walk up and say, don't stand in front of his car. That's not safe. Yeah, no shit, because the dude's going to snap and run me over, and he knew it. He knows he's even fucking working with Unstable. Not that he gave a shit about anything he was doing, but at any rate, it's going to be a matter of time before I'm hurt or dead. And I'm just not willing to, you know, sacrifice that either. I'll do what I can when I can, and as the money is available. Yeah, what's up, you did. I love it. Dan, 2 tiers of justice, theirs and ours. Yeah. Vigilante justice, all the way. I hate tyrannies. People trying to run you over. Yeah, that's the norm. I'm always prepared for, so I usually am pretty good about having my head on a swivel for that. But wake up, America, and resist. Nothing but respect. Young ladies like you will change this world. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I can't change the world, but I can bring awareness, and I can educate people. So I haven't made touch base with everybody out here, but for those of you that I haven't seen for a couple days, I hope you're okay. And I'm going to go because it's after 8 o'clock, and I'm going to call it a night because it's going to get dark soon. And that's another one of my rules. I can't be out here after dark unless it's very, very serious. And I have a plan. So that's how my day went. How did your day go? Go comment and tell me when I post the video. You guys have a good rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. And just go do something nice for someone. Bye, what's up?